Hey guys, Paul here. Welcome back to the channel. So previously I have installed a new front lip, this one right here, on my new Model Y Juniper. And finally I have received the rest of the body kit that goes with this front lip, including of course the front lip, the side skirt, and the rear diffuser. I had to wait for the rear diffuser and the side skirt because they have to ship these by ocean freight, especially the side skirt because it's really long, one piece, so they won't be able to ship via air shipping. So I believe if you do order this whole set, you would have to wait, I think they told me at least about 25 days or so for the ocean freight to be arrived. That's why I had to wait for these two to complete the whole kit. So in today's video, I'll show you what comes in the package and then easy step-by-step installation. I actually installed the whole kit by myself, and then at the end we'll see how they look on the new Model Y Juniper. Now let's go. Let's see what comes in the packages of this new body kit for the new Model Y Juniper from Tesla C. And here what came in the two packages. Let's take a closer look. As I mentioned before, the whole kit also includes the front lip that I installed earlier on the Model Y Juniper, but now we have the rest of the kit here. Let's first start with the rear diffuser first. So this is the rear diffuser part, which came with 3 different pieces that you would have to pre-install it first together and then install in the car. So this is the metal part with the pre-drilled license plate holes here, and then you just have to install these two on the side. I'll show you a pre-installation before we install on the car. And the next one is the rear wing. So I'm just showing this to you for an option that if you want to add the rear wings to your car. I'll show you later in the video how it looks after you install it, but it came with 3 pieces too. So the middle part and the side parts right here. So we'll be installing, this one should be really easy. So you just screw it in to the middle wing. Same here. This is the base of the wing that you'll be mounting and installing on the actual car. So this part will be attaching to the rear hatch of the car because it came with, let me show you real quick, the adhesive here. So it's specially made to follow this shape right here. So we're mounting that with all the screws that you need for the wing, but I'm not installing the wing on my car at the moment. Only the rear diffuser and the side skirt. So the side skirt's really straightforward. It came in 2 different pieces, one for the right, one for the left, and you don't have to pre-install anything. It attaching to the rear, so this should be the front. So the rear of the front wheel, this part, so this will be a really snug fit, and you have an option to screw it in underneath your car if you want to. If you don't, you can just use the adhesive. So this is the adhesive that came with the side skirt. So the side skirt has a lot of adhesive. You can see here 2 rows and all the hardware that you need, the screws and the plastic clips for the rear end and the front end. So we don't have to pre-install this one, we just have to install the tape. So we'll be installing the tape on this surface right here. So this is the surface that will be attaching to your car. I would install as many tapes as I could to have it well stick to the car. Probably some of this part, front and rear too, and also this one, the rear diffuser. So the rear diffuser, you would need to pre-install the tape, the part that attaching to the car, which is all the flat surface that you see here, from here. So this will be attaching to your rear current rear diffuser. You don't have to uninstall the one on the car, just attach to it. and you have an option to screw in the 2 screw underneath the car. We'll see the position of the screw. If it's safe, I'll just screw it. If it's not, I'll just use the adhesive. I think it's enough because it also attaching to the rear wheel. So where you normally install your mud flap in the back. So this will be attaching to that part. So that helps a lot with the installation. So make sure it won't fall off anytime soon. So that's extra security on both sides actually, this one too. So I might not need to screw the 2 screws on the bottom. So basically those 2 screws are double extra security for the installation. Right, now we saw everything that came in the package. Let me show you where to get all of this for the new Model Y Juniper. You can get this new body kit for the new Model Y Juniper from TeslaC or TeslaC.com. As you can see here, you can pick different parts and you don't have to order the full body kit. So there is a front lip, the 2 side skirts, the rear diffuser, and the rear spoiler. But I believe the rear spoiler is not available separately. If you do order the full body kit though, you'll get a rear spoiler for free that comes with the kit. And here is the rear spoiler on the car. As you can see here, I would have to wrap this part right here matte white to get this look. Otherwise it would have that black contrast all the way like this. And if you are interested, you can get the whole full body kit and you can use my special discount code TC, and after the discount it comes down to this price right here. Right now let's go and install it on the new Model Y Juniper. Alright, before we actually install in the car, let's pre-install the rear diffuser first. So I install the right side right here. So you will need 4 screws, silver screw in the package. So you will need 2 to attach these 2, and then 2 to attach the bottom part. You can see the screws kind of poke out both of them, but don't worry because this part right here will not be attaching to the actual car because it will be this high. You see it has to lift it up a little to attach to the car, so this will not touch the car at all. And you will need to install the metal clips here, 1 and then 2 right here. So this will help locking the screws in place for those 2 screws from the bottom. So first you have to attach these 2 pieces together first. It will just lock in place really nicely, and then attach the 2 top screws first. And then 2 screws on the bottom here. And that's it, you're done with the pre-installation part of it. Now we have to clean on the inside and then pre-install the adhesive tapes on the inside, so it will stick to the rear bumper of the car. I'll be attaching to probably this part right here, here, all the way down up here on this side, as much as possible this area here, because this will be attaching to the surface, and some on the side here, and then on the other side on the inside. Alright, so I'm done taping up everything. So this is the rear bumper. It's a lot of double-sided tape, as you can see here. Any surface that I think that would attach to the rear bumper of the car, I will tape it up, as you can see. And I highly recommend to clean it up with rubbing alcohol first before you apply the double-sided tapes, so it's attaching well and there's no dust in between the surfaces. And also the side skirt here, there's no pre-installation required for the side skirt, only pre-install the double-sided tape on both sides. So this surface right here will be attaching to the side of the car, but the rest will be pretty much hollow on the inside, and this will attach to the bottom. We'll see. I think it's safe to attach because it's just the side plastic on the side that will be attaching to it. Same thing on the other side of the side skirt right over here. Alright, let's go prep the car and then install the rear bumper part first. First, we have to clean the whole surface of the rear diffuser first. And the next step here to apply rubbing alcohol. So before I actually install it, I kind of pre-fit the rear bumper with the new rear diffuser, and for some reason these pre-drill hole, the 4 holes for the license plate does not match the one on the car, so I have to measure it and then drill 2 more holes here to match the current slots for the license plate over there, and otherwise we are ready to go. Before we actually install it, of course, you have to undo all of these double-sided tape covers, and then for a better, longer lasting sticking to the surface, I would apply this first to the surfaces that I'll be installing and attaching to the adhesive, and then just install it in. So first try to get this part in. And oh, one more thing. First remove the clips here, one on the outside, and it's the plastic clips. Usually you reinstall it with a mud flap, and one on this side right here. So your current mud flap will no longer fit in the car. So that's the cause on this one, and also the front mud flap too, because we need that space for the side skirt. Also remove one here, and then one over here on both sides, just to prepare for the side skirt installation. When you apply the adhesive promoter, make sure you use the gloves because the chemical is really strong. So use the glove to protect yourself, and then just apply to all the surfaces that be installing, attaching the adhesive. Now after remove all the adhesive covers, and just place it in. Try to find the middle first. And then go to the corner. It's a little tricky when you do it all by yourself. Right there. This side. Let's see on the other side. Alright. Now we have to attach the adhesive on this part. This is the most important part, because this part is relying solely on the adhesive. So just hold it each section for like a good 30 seconds. And after that, just push it in, hold it in place, and then apply a lot of painter's tape or masking tape, and leave it for at least overnight. And I would put a license plate in there too, because that helps holding this thing together too. As you can see, the slot for a US license plate that they designed on this bumper is too small right here. I think European should be fine. It's like a thinner license plate, longer. But this one, as you can see here, it doesn't quite fit, but you still can screw in the license plate on the top and it stays, so it's good. I've just apply all the masking tape around, especially this area right here. As you can see, I put a whole bunch of them in there because this part is hard to stick. So I'll just leave it as long as I could to help it stick and then stay really well in that area, so it doesn't pop out anytime soon. So just leave it alone for overnight. And then next here is to put the screw or the plastic locking clips, these two right here, so one on each side. Might be a little tough to push it in. Just gently do it, because it's a little space here. Right, so it got one in and another one on the other side, and here's on this side. Just try to push it in, or you can use the screw. There you go. All right, so we are pretty much done, except the bottom part. So the bottom, there are 2 screws that you can actually screw it in right there. So you have to probably lift the car a little bit, so it will screw in this plastic right here. It's really hollow, not much on the inside. You can just screw them in. Maybe I'll try to screw it in just to make sure it doesn't accidentally, you know, fall apart. But it is really snug and then secure, at least with that these clips on both sides. Really cool. All right, I might screw it, I might not. I'm just gonna leave it out for a night first. All right, next let's start with the left side skirt. So before we start, you will need these 2 screws, which will be screwing from the bottom. So it is attaching to this plastic piece right here. They're all plastic here. I will see if it's just this piece right here. I'll just screw it on just for extra security. And also 2 plastic tabs, these 2 right here, to install where you usually install the mud flap, right in the back and in the front. I'll show you the details later. And also adhesive promoter. So make sure you use the gloves before you use this, because this might irritate your skin. It's really strong. All right, now let's clean it up first. You have to make sure the surface that'll be attaching to the side skirt, it's totally clean, dust free. Mostly right in the middle, right over here between the 2 doors. Similar process here. Next step, use the rubbing alcohol to clean the surface again. Sorry, it's kind of dark here. I just tried to keep it in the garage so there's no dust from the outside. Again, that middle part, that's where most of the adhesive or double-sided tape that we install on the side skirt. And the next step here, before we actually apply the adhesive promoter to the surface, I would kind of peel part of the adhesive cover out first, because it's really tricky to peel. Same on all of them. I'll peel the whole thing on the small part, and then at least almost half of it on the long part. All right, now let's apply the adhesive promoter. All right, make sure you use the gloves and then just apply on the surface, mostly on the top part here. Now we are ready to install. All right, so it should be really snug fitting in here. So just start from the rear first, and then slowly remove the adhesive. And you can just kind of push it in. When you do push it in, you can't remove the cover anymore, so make sure you remove everything before you kind of push it in and align everything. So this part will actually get into the mesh right here. I'll show you later in the video. And then just try to push this part right here where we install all of the adhesive, this one right here, because the rest will just hollow spaces on the inside. And the next step here, we have to put the plastic locking clips onto this one, this one right here. So you just push it in, use your hand. There you go, it's all the way in, nice and clean. I like this side skirt a lot because it's really snug on both ends, rear and the front. And here's the front clip right here. So it really helps to keep everything together. So the side skirt is pretty much done. And again, I'll just put the masking tape around it and leave it alone overnight, at least 24 hours, to let the adhesive sticks really well with the surface. underneath the car or on the side of the car. And I checked the screws holes that be attaching to the bottom of the car. It will be attaching to the plastic trims on the side, so it will not affect the bottom plate or the battery at all. The battery is on all the way on the inside, but the only tricky thing is that you have to lift the car up. So I would have to use the jack for my tire change and then lift it up and then screw it in. I'll show you later when I do that. And yeah, and now we just have to finish the one on the right side, on the passenger side. Now I pretty much got the whole body kit installed. The front lip, which I installed earlier, looks pretty awesome. Now the side skirt wait for 24 hours. Also the rear bumper, we have to wait on this guy too. Just just park it for a day or overnight, and the whole day if you could. Avoid any vibration so it stays really well. Also this side of its side skirt looks so clean. Right, we'll come back tomorrow with the whole set done and see how they stay on the car. Alright, so the next morning I just used a 3-ton jack for my wheel swap or tire rotation to lift it up high enough for both ends. You see the one in the front and one in the rear, to get the power tool in there and then just screw it in. Let me show you real quick. Right there. So it's still in. Let me show you. This is the plastic part of the car. This is the metal with the high voltage battery. You don't want to touch that part at all. So this is still just the plastics, nothing inside here on the side, just to protect like the debris and rocks from the side of the car. So it just screws both of them, front and rear, and this one too. Just extra security, especially here in Colorado. You never know, when it snows, snow might get in there and it start to create weight, and it might pull the side skirt off. But now we have extra security for the side skirt. I'll just have to finish on the other side. All right, on the other side's done. So before I actually pull all the tapes off, I'll just leave it on for a few hours just to make sure everything is secure, and then stick really well to the body of the car. As you can see, it's pretty sturdy. It's not going anywhere on the side skirt. I think this is what I worry about the most during the snow. It could get in on underneath here because it's not totally flat on the bottom, so the wheel could kick in, the snow, and then create more weight to the side skirt. But now I installed the 2 screws on both sides for extra security. But before I show you the whole overall look of the car, let me show you the quick installation guide for the front lip that I installed earlier. So really easy to install, really similar process. So first it came in 3 different pieces, just like the one in the rear, and then you have to attach those 3 pieces with all the screws that came in the package. And then after that, you just have to install all the double-sided tape on the inside. Make sure it locates on the surfaces that attaching to the front lip of the car, and then just clean up the front lip with cleaning solution and rubbing alcohol, same process. And then after that, just attach from the side first to get the side of the front in, because it's snuck right in, and then on the other side, and just mash the one in the middle. Just hold it for at least 30 seconds to let the adhesive stay, and then just put on a masking tape, leave it for overnight. Also, you have to put the screw on the bottom, same 2 screws, same the rear, side skirt, and then the front. Then that's it for the front lip installation. You can see the whole process of the front lip installation in another video. I'll put the link down below. And now finally the whole kit installation is done. Let me show you the overall look of the whole body kit for the new Model Y Juniper. Alright, the kit looks pretty awesome. As you can see here, it makes actually the car looks lower than it is, especially with these the new aero wheels, 20-inch wheels on the car. Let me show you a little details here. So let's start from the rear first. So the rear has these details right here. As you can see, all the lines make it a little more aggressive and lower. Again, this one too, I love this diffuser looks, but too bad it doesn't extend all the way in, so it creates a little space here underneath and it stays on really well. It also depends on how you leave and how you attach the adhesive, especially this part right here. This part, as I mentioned before, is where it attaches to the car from the original bumper, and it doesn't go up here, so it only goes up to here, to the bottom, and then it goes inside here on the side right over here. So from this shape, I love how it flows together overall with the whole kit. So it has this shape right here, which continues on the side skirt. You can see here on the side skirt with this shape right here, and then goes down all the way and then comes up again on this side up, and then it continues again to the front lip through this shape. Let me show you on the other side better. So real quick here, so from here, as you can see, and it continues to this part over here again on that side too, and it fits quite perfectly well with the shape of the lower plastic, black plastic of the Model Y Juniper. As you can see, the front bumper gaps really small or no gaps at all right there, and I like the texture. I choose matte because it fits the lower part texture of the car, which is already matte black, and the side skirt fits really good. One comment though, for some reason my car, I'm not sure this will happen to every car, the side skirt right over here on the rear door, when they keep open and close, it creates a little scratch here. So it might be a tiny bit too tall for the door to open and close, but only on that point over there. But everything else looks so cool, looks really good. As you can see from the front end here, the front lip makes the car looks a lot more aggressive, beefier, and lower too. And really similar to the rear diffuser here, it makes a lot beefier, a tiny bit lower, but looks really aggressive on the rear end here, especially with that lines cross in, and also the rear diffuser look like a race car right there on the bottom. Love the overall look of this kit right here. Just that one thing that I mentioned before on the side skirt. Otherwise, this kit looks pretty damn awesome, and it's not that hard to install because I actually installed the whole kit by myself. It didn't take that long either. It just took a lot longer to wait for the adhesive to stick on the body of the car. This is before installing the rear diffuser, and this is after. This is before installing the side skirt, and this is after. This is my Model Y Juniper before installing the new front lip, and this is after. As you can see in the video, the whole kit look freaking awesome, especially the front end with that side skirt make it a lot beefier and make the car look lower than it is. And also one of my favorite part of this kit is the rear diffuser. It's really aggressive. I love the whole overall design, how it flows together with the car, the side skirt and the front lip. Let me know in the comment down below what you think about this new body kit for the new Model Y Juniper. I'll make sure to put the link of the kit in the description down below. And again, you can actually buy things separately. If you don't need the whole kit, you can just buy the front lip, or you can just buy front lip and the rear diffuser if you don't want the side skirt. And thank you so much guys for watching today's video. Make sure to click like if you like the video. Make sure to subscribe for more awesome contents like this. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.
Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good. Fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts. I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong. I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth. Can't put me down.